This tiny keychain flashlight is so light, it's hard to believe it even works. How the hell is there a battery in there? Let's have a look at maybe the most puzzling and awesome keychain flashlight I've ever come across. Hey there, if you're on the hunt for a tiny feather-light keychain flashlight, then today's review could be exactly what you're looking for. I'm taking a close look at the Acebeam Keylite 500 USB C Keychain Light. Yeah, a flashlight that lives on your keyring, but delivers up to 500 lumens. Let's dig in. Now you might ask, do I really need a keychain flashlight that punches this hard? Well, the short answer is maybe. If you're someone who carries keys anyway and values the idea of not adding a lot more weight to those keys, and you probably already have a fairly heavy keychain, then this flashlight is definitely interesting. Acebeam calls it the Keylite 500, the 500 referring to the max lumens output. According to the specs, this little unit is only 2.38 inches long. It weighs just 19 grams, which is kind of absurd, and it fits right on a keyring. Okay, let's open this guy up. So out of the box, you get the Keylite 500 itself. You get a little ring. That's essentially the keychain attachment. And a USB A to USB C charging cable. You also get a product certification card and a small user manual. First impressions are that this thing is incredibly light. The anodized body, the compact size, it all gives the impression of really high quality. Another thing you'll notice about the design is that, while at first it may look like it features a completely rectangular shape, each corner has a very slight downslope on it. It's almost not noticeable, but it's definitely there. I suppose it adds a bit of intrigue to the overall design of this flashlight. Okay, let's talk about some of the headline specs. This flashlight features a maximum output of 500 lumens. The beam distance, in my mind, is somewhere between 60 and 70 meters. It's quite compact at just 2.38 inches by 0.63 inches. And charging is via USB-C built-in cable. It's IP66 rated for dust and water jets and drop resistant up to about 1.5 meters. It also features a dual LED design. And it comes with 6 modes. Moonlight, which is 1 lumen, low, 10 lumen, medium, about 60 lumen, high, 200 lumens, turbo, which is 500 lumens, and a strobe mode as well. Let's talk real use. In hand, the Keylite 500 feels almost negligible in weight. You barely will notice it on your keychain. The switch is an electronic e-switch button with a really nice plastic feel to it. I feel like this button is probably less likely to wear out than a button made with like a soft silicone cover, which is what a lot of flashlights come with. Another thing to note as well is that the rectangular shape, there's definitely some hard edges and corners here. So if this is something you'll be mindlessly sort of tossing into a bag with other items that perhaps are prone to scratching, well, this might not be the right keychain flashlight for you. The UI logic for mode switching is fairly straightforward. Click on and off. Hold down the button to rotate between the various modes. And double click for turbo mode. And triple click for strobe mode. One thing that's a bit of a letdown is the lack of an included clip or magnet. You're basically stuck with having to use the included keychain loop to attach this flashlight to anything. What about the light output? Well, it seems that most of the manufacturer's claims are true. In my testing, turbo mode gave off around 501 lumens, but it does drop down to around 420, 430 at about the 30-second mark. I also managed to measure the throw, which came out to around 68 meters, and another time was roughly 72 meters. So in terms of raw spec matching to what the manufacturer says, it's respectable for sure. Now, I know some of you flashlight aficionados are what I like to call temperature queens. and will simply not buy a flashlight that doesn't match a certain color. Well, that might also be true for this flashlight, which also happens to have a fairly cool range of between 5,900 and 6,500K. For everyday tasks, this may not matter that much, but if you're doing up-close work or care about color accuracy, it's just something to be aware of. Let's review the pros and cons. First, the pros. It provides excellent value as this flashlight only costs around $20. You're getting a 500 lumen EDC keychain light. It's ultra compact and super light, and it will definitely fits the sort of keychain and forget it model. The USB C charging port, which is here, is really solid, has a nice solid flip up feel, doesn't feel flimsy, doesn't feel like it'll come off anytime soon. It feels really durable and really solid. I think the IP66 rating and the aluminum body give it a really nice impression of high quality. As for the cons, well, the battery is not user replaceable, which I know a lot of people have a problem with. The included USB C cable, which I have here, is also USB A to USB C, which continues to be a major gripe for me when it comes to rechargeable devices of any kind. The tint and CRI, which is cool, bluish, are lower quality than some premium lights. So if you care about warm or correct light and correct color, you may prefer something else. There's also no lanyard included, only sort of a split ring. So you might want to add a little clip or key organizer if you like that. The shape, some people might not like either. It's very rectangular, very flat. There's definitely some hard edges. So it may feel a little less pocket-friendly than cylindrical lights and may scratch or cause damage to other gadgets or items you store with this flashlight. So for the price and size, these are mostly manageable trade-offs, I would say. But if your priority is sort of battery swappability or high CRI tint, you may look elsewhere. All right, verdict time. The Acebeam Keylite 500 delivers in a lot of good ways. It features an ultra small size, strong brightness, modern features like USB C charging, a dual LED, and a very attractive price. If you accept the small compromises like no swapping of the battery, cool tint, no included clip, I'd say it's a very solid pick for an EDC keychain light. If I were to grade it, I'd probably give it a strong 7.5 out of 10. For under $20, you get a lot of functionality. All right, that's it for my review. If you want to pick up this flashlight, I've left a link in the description below. And if you found it useful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below and let me know what keychain flashlight you're currently using. Do you even carry one? And would you consider upgrading to a 500 lumen model like this? Thanks for watching, stay prepared, and I'll catch you in the next one.